Today we're going to be talking all things Sephora. Sephora has their savings event going on right now, and I'm going to walk you through my everyday items that I use, that I always pick up and I always repurchase from Sephora. I apologize in advance if you hear snoring. It is obviously not me. I have two French bulldogs sitting behind me which snore like all get out. Sale started on November 1st. It runs through the 11th. You use the code online that says savings, and I thought what better to go through my everyday must-have, tried and true, not empties, but used items that I use every single day than when the Sephora sale is going on. First, I'm going to talk items that are kind of body care and skincare that I use from Sephora. There's not a whole lot of them, but these are kind of items that I use every single day to every other day. The first thing I'm going to tell you about is from the brand Sol Janeiro, and it is the Brazilian Crush, it looks like. And this is a scented body and hairspray. It smells faintly. It has a nod to the Baccarat Rouge Excrete scent. It's a nod to it. It is not a dupe for it. It is not an exact, but it is a nod to it. Has similar scents, has similar notes. I don't know how to explain any of those. Sorry. This is something that I just love to use on those days where maybe I'm out running errands and don't want to use my perfume, or I'm going to work out, or just whatever have you. It just gives a light, pretty scent without being too overwhelming. The next item for the body that I use every other day, and I use this all through the summer. I use it in the spring. I use it in the fall. The winter, I kind of slow down on it. It is the Saint Tropez Gradual Tanner in the scent Watermelon. I talked about this in my empties. This is a daily firming and toning lotion that also has a gradual self-tanner in it. I personally hate the scent of self-tanners. I hate it. I have watched so many different people say this has no scent to it. I don't smell anything. And every time I use those products, I'm like, oh my gosh, it smells like self-tanner. This one to me smells like a very light, faint watermelon. And then if I haven't washed off in a while, I can kind of smell it just a little bit, but not like a regular self-tanner scent. And I have tried their traditional gradual self-tanner. It does not work for me. It looks orange and blotchy. This one does not. Something about it works on my light to medium skin tone. It just is a really, really great product, and I have one of these already in my cart ready to go. The next three items are kind of skincare, but they more are classified items I use during my skincare. First one is actually skincare. It is the Clinique Moisture Surge Auto Replenishing Hydration. This is kind of like a gel moisturizer. I started using this during the anniversary sale. I picked it up and I had run out of my whatever I was using. I think it was the Colleen Rothschild Extreme Recovery or whatever the night cream is. And I went to using this and I love this. I actually started using this now in the last 2 months. I've used this as my morning moisturizer, and I just love the way my skin feels with this product. It is just so nice, and the way it hydrates my skin and gives me such a nice glow. Another thing I have these all over the house, but I always have it with my skincare, is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This is the gummy bear flavor. It is the purple one. It is all the way down to the end on this one. You can see through it. I love these in two things. One, I am picking up another one in this size I have it in my cart. I forget what flavor I decided to go with. I think it's just called Candy. It's a pink one. It's not the original one. And then I also got the gift set, because every year I get the gift set ones because they're smaller ones I can leave all around the house. I do like the gummy bear. This one is always an option, but I just figured I would try something different. Then my Tarte CC corrector, and you're like, Lisa, this is makeup. And I'm like, I get it. But what I do is after I'm done my morning skincare, I actually put this on with a damp sponge, and it's in the color light medium, but then I let it sit for a little bit before I put my makeup on, and I think that really makes a difference. So I actually keep this all in together with my skincare, and so I put this on during my skincare part. Within skincare is something that I use probably every other week, just as an idea. And it's Shani Darden, I think is how you say it. I might be butchering that. Triple Acid Signature Peel. And this is what it looks like. It comes to you in this box. And then when you open the box up, hold on, it takes a second here. It actually comes and there are the little peels are inside of here. You can tell I only have 2 left, so I'm going to be picking up a replacement of this. You put them on with the brush and then you have this clay mask that actually activates these little peels. And they're kind of like a mini at-home one. They're not as aggressive. You're not going to have peeling. You're not going to have downtime. But your skin looks so refreshed and so amazing. This is a little on the pricey side, so if you can get it when you have a discount, it is a great time to pick it up and try it. Let's talk hair real quick. My Living Proof Perfect Hair Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo. I feel like a broken record with this. Hands down, this one is just that good. The other ones make my hair feel gritty and dirty, and some people like that. This one just makes my hair feel clean, like I have washed my hair. I literally don't ever want to be without this. Every time I try something new, it just never works the same. Then the Dry Bar Hot Toddy. It is the Heat Protectant Mist. I love this. This is kind of their summer scent. Then they have the traditional one. This is what I use when I curl my hair for the first time every week. I do touch-up curls throughout the week. However, I don't put this on every single time. I only use it on the first time. It is very light. It is not heavy. It does not cause my hair to feel dry or weighed down or wet or any of those things. It is a very, very nice product. Next up, I pulled out my makeup bag. Legitimately. These are the items that I use weekly, I would say. Most of them are items I use daily. There are a few items in here that I will use like once a week when I'm going out or things like that. I am just going to start on one side and work my way. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start in the order that I would use them. So I use one of 3 different items. Typically, one is newer to me. 2 I've been using for quite some time. It is the Veil. This is a tinted moisturizer. It is very, very light coverage. You're not going to get a lot of coverage out of this. This is something I am using in those days where I am, maybe if I use my tinted SPF, I would use this instead. If I'm staying around the house, if I just am going to go work out or things like that and want a little tint of something, this is a great option. However, again, keep in mind, it is very, very light coverage. It is not something you're gonna get a lot of coverage out of. I think this says it's color number 8. So that, I don't really remember. I just go back into my orders each time, but I think it says number 8. Next up, this is one of my go-to foundations. It is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I use the color 5.5. This foundation I have used for quite a few years. This foundation is one I can use year-round. It just gives your skin such a pretty, luminous finish to it. As we get older, we don't want something that really looks cakey on our skin, but we also want something that this is something I use when I'm going out at night, when I'm filming, things like that. And it has enough coverage, but then also gives me that beautiful luminous glow to it. It is so good. It can work for every skin type, and it is just a beautiful foundation. Now, this next one is newer to me. I picked this up, I feel like it was during Friends and Family sale for Sephora, and it is from Huda Beauty. It came up as my new items, and it's called Easy Blur. I have it in the color Cheesecake. This is what I have on today. I am so impressed with this foundation. I can't tell you the last time I wore or tried a new foundation that I was like, wow, this is wow. I don't even know how to explain it, because it gives great, great coverage. It's really, it's more coverage than the Giorgio Armani. It has a beautiful finish to it. It looks like your skin, but better. And it has this natural, like, blurring effect. I can't even explain it. This is so good, guys. If you are looking for a new foundation or just want to try a new one, I am just shocked at how much I like this. As far as concealer, my go-to concealer is the Hourglass. I think it's called the Vanish. I'm not even sure. It doesn't have the name on it. It's from Hourglass. I think it's pretty much called the Vanish. I have this in the color Cedar, it looks like. I love this. This works great for me from right now in through the spring. It does not in this color work for me in the summer. But this, similar to that Blur foundation, just sits nicely. It doesn't settle into fine lines. It is just a very, very pretty but great coverage concealer. Then I use one of two products, both from Anastasia, to set my brows. There's either the brow, I think it's like a wax or a pomade. What is this called? Brow Freeze. And this is the one I have on today. It is just like a little, it's like a gel, a really thick gel. And then we also have the clear brow gel, which is on a brush, like a mascara that you can use to brush it in. Funny part is, this one freezes my brows more. I feel like they're stiff feeling with this, but this one puts them exactly where I want them to be and then feels more natural, if that makes sense. But both great products. This product from Milk Makeup, I think it's like their cream blush. It's in a darker color, and this is a lip blush, lip and cheek stain. It's in a little bit of a darker tone. I actually like this more for a contour type of feel to it. I can put it on underneath my foundation to give myself a little bit of a contour look as I get paler. And it blends in beautifully. It's a really, really nice product. I use a few different powder options for setting. I either use the Hourglass, I think it's called the Veil. It is just a beautiful setting powder. If I need one with a little bit more coverage, I use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finish in the color number 1. And this one, they look very, very, very similar as far as color tone, as far as finish. If you have one you like, they're both very, very similar. Now, I will say this one is an old one. However, there is typically one that goes on sale at Sephora. There's usually, they have one, it's either 3 colors or 6 colors. It changes all the time, but it is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting like palette. I like this one because it does have a powder, a blush, and a bronzer. So when I'm traveling, it's great to have all 3. You just have to find one that is in the color tone that works for you, or one that has 6 colors and has more versatility. For bronzer, I love this. It is the Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Airbrush Bronzer in the color number 2. This is what I use. This is what I have on today. I didn't use that cream one you saw. I just use it for just a little bit of bronzing to me. I also have this on my eyes today. It is quick. It is easy. I use this year round. It, you know what, should I put another one in my cart? This one hit pan, but I feel like that could get me through a while because in the winter I don't use as much of it. For blush, this is my everyday blush. I love this blush. It is the Ambient Luminous Flush, and it looks a little scary. It looks a little bright pink. I get it. This color can be a little deceiving, but this is what I have on. It just has such a pretty flush to it. The mixture of that ambient lighting powder in there just really makes it look very healthy and pretty. Let's go on to eyeliner. The Lancome Art Liner. This is what I have on my top line today. I love this. This is definitely the best eyeliner I've used. I get this in the brown tone. It is a tiny felt tip point. I get it in the brown because black is a little bit harsh on me, but I love this liquid eyeliner. It's so nice. Since we are talking about eyes, let's talk about mascara. My 3 go-to items. Okay, so how I use them. Every single day, no matter what, I use the Urban Decay Subversion Lash Primer. This is a lash strengthener. It is a lash growth. It is a everything. It helps with your mascara. It is just, I don't ever want to be without this. And then I use one of 2 mascaras from Tarte. It is the Tartlet or the Tartlet XL. The Tartlet is the one that I use every day just when I'm running around doing whatever. The XL is the one like today that I use that I'm going to use when I'm going on a date night, when I'm filming videos, when I need that extra little bit of lash. This combination together, guys, I have not used anything else in any way, shape, or form other than one combination of these for quite a few years. Let's talk about some lips, then we're gonna finish out with brushes. So recently I was introduced to these 2, and they are from Pat McGrath Labs. This is what I have on today, and this is how I use it. I use the darker one, which is, one is Nude Oasis and one is, they both have the word nude to them. I use the darker one to line my lips with. Rather than a more precise thin lip liner, I use this thicker lip crayon. They are long staying. And then I use the lighter color to color it all in. It is heaven. It stays on so well. I love these. I did get a third color that had like a mauve undertone to it, but I did not like it as much. These two I love. Since we're talking about today, let's talk about these because this is what I have on top of that. These, if you grab one thing during the sale, grab one of these. These are the Hourglass, I think it's called like the volumizing plumping something. These are so good. I have the color Sense and Mist here with me. Sense is the one I have on today, which is a little bit more of a pinky tone, and then Mist is a little bit more of your kind of like peachy natural color. So you've got Sense here, which is more pink, and then Mist, which is more of like a peachy tone. But Sense is what I have on right now today. They do not sting. They have a little bit of a pepperminty scent, but not an overpowering one. They are just so good. The other lip products that I keep and I kind of change out, I will say some days with those lip pencils, instead of using the darker one, I will use this Huda lip liner. I love these. They have a little sharpener at the end of them. They are just great. This is in the color Muted Pink. It's a great little berry mauve-y color. It just works great with my skin tone. Then two other things I like to use together. This is an Hourglass lip liner in the color, I'm pretty sure that says it's in the color Flaunt, but I'm not 100% sure of that. This is one you have to sharpen, but this one, along with this NARS, they're called NARS Power Mate lip stains or something. It's like a lip stain. It's kind of like that Pat McGrath. The Pat McGrath is not drying though. This is a little bit drying. It is in the color Leaf Freak. So I put this lip liner on with this, and then I use the color Mist over that. That's another great lip combo that I absolutely love. Now let's talk about some brushes. Before I go too far, I will say I picked up this Pat McGrath Labs. It's a lip sharpener, a smaller one and a larger one. It might be the other way around. Yeah, a smaller one and a larger one. This is a great lip and eyeliner sharpener. I love that. Now let's talk about a few brushes I have here that are in my everyday set. This I never want to be without. It is from Hourglass. It is a dual-sided brush. It is what I use to set under my eyes. It is what I use to set all over my face. It is not a big fluffy brush, but it is just perfect for really dabbing in, being compact, working through. It is phenomenal. I also use this Sephora brush. It's the number 98. I actually use it for my blush because it really just kind of gets, again, the smaller brushes for me now keep the product exactly where I want it. I don't like that whole like all over blown out look anymore. Then I also use this Sephora. It's the dual-sided, like it's got the little brush to it and the little angled one to use with the Brow Freeze product I use. Really love that with it. It makes it very easy. Now the last thing I want to talk about, since we're talking about brushes, is two items. This one is from Sephora. It's the Daily Brush Cleaner Spray, the largest one. I do have the travel size one, and I have this one, and I use them. They are nice. They are good. However, once I was done with it, I started using the Cinema Secrets Pro Makeup Brush Cleanser in the lemon scent. And I just refill this. I refill my trial size with that. I have two of them already in my basket for the sale because I want to pick that up. And this cleans your brushes and dries them like that. It is just so good. Both this and the Cinema Secrets one work very similar. It's just the lemon scent versus a little bit of kind of a medicinal. Oh, that has the lemon in it. I forgot. Remember this one being a little bit of a medicinal scent. So I'm going to walk you through the items that I got during the sale, and if they come in before this video is ready to go live, I will try and add them in. They aren't anything crazy. I put in the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, as I mentioned, in the Candy Cane one. I did put in two different Hourglass. Here's the name, the Phantom Volumizing Glossy Lip Balm. I put in the color Wish and the color Sense. Sense is the one I use the most, but then I was picking up Wish. I put in the Laneige Mini Lip Set. I put in the Saint Tropez Gradual Watermelon. that I talked to you guys about, 2 of those, and 2 of the Cinema Secrets Professional Makeup Cleaner in the lemon scent. So nothing crazy. I stick everything actually that I am talking about that is ones I purchased or items that I have already owned. So I hope you got an idea from this video. If you have any of these items and you like them or have tried them, I would love to hear about that as well. So thanks so much for watching and have a great weekend.